On April 11th, a building collapsed in Sichuan Province, southwest China. Video footage shows a huge cloud of dust rising from the scene and crowds of people who witnessed the collapse. Debris piled up 2 stories high, and a side of the building that didn't collapse was partially damaged. According to Chinese media reports, the collapsed structure was a residential building of a local food company. It had 10 floors above ground and 2 floors below, covering 2,100 square meters. Local authorities explained that in October 2022, while conducting an inspection of the building, it was found that the building had hidden dangers. It was then reported. The County Housing Authority identified it as a dangerous building of Class C. After the appraisal, all 21 households and 66 people living in the building were moved out, and a perimeter was set up. At the end of 2022, the maintenance construction team entered the site to reinforce the building. When the building collapsed, the construction team was really lucky because the renovation plan was being modified and no construction was carried out at that time. It should be noted that the local staff took great credit this time for spotting the danger and persuading the residents to evacuate. It's unclear why the local community wanted to do a survey of the properties. As we previously reported, on February 15th of this year, China's State Information Office held a press conference, stating that the current number of housing structures in China's urban and rural areas is nearly 600 million, and that the authorities have mobilized nearly 5 million professional and technical staff nationwide to participate in the survey over the past 3 years. The survey claims to prevent the overall risk of natural disasters. It may be connected to this incident. After the news broke out, what concerned many netizens the most.
In the comments section, people are asking if the building is 70 years old. In fact, I really want to know it too. Is this building 70 years old?
This is because private residential property rights in China are only 70 years. This building didn't make it to 70 years, unfortunately. It was only about 30 years old. That is to say, it was built in the 1990s when China's real estate industry started to grow fast.
Through this incident of collapsed building in Xuanhan County, Sichuan Province, we finally know why the bank loan for the homes is only for 30 years.
China's construction projects are known for their speed but struggle to ensure quality and have produced many buildings referred to as tofu-dreg projects. They include projects that have either tampered with the design, cut corners, or used inferior materials. How come the non-compliant buildings are accepted and delivered? Because there are just too many opportunities for corruption in these projects. As a result, the construction sector has been one of the most corrupt industries in China, and it's a problem that the current Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, is completely unable to solve. Sometimes the so-called quality of tofu dreg-like isn't at all exaggerated, but is rather vivid. Let's see. These bricks actually look like bean curds. This is a new building that hasn't been occupied, but it's already showing signs of collapsing. Its foundation and first floor balcony have crumbled.
Oh my God!
In Zhanjiang City, Guangdong Province, this building became tilted. A cordon was set up and nearby residents were evacuated. However, there was still construction going on 200 meters from the site. It wasn't known what caused the building to tilt. It could be a ground subsidence. There's a Chinese idiom called "the sky is falling and the earth is sinking" to describe the coming of doomsday. Now in this country, there are frequent episodes of ground sinking. Here there was a fish pond, but now only mud and pits are visible. Take a look, a deep pit appeared here. And the water and fish were all gone in an instant. The fish were gone. The water was gone. This is a big pit, and over there is a small pit, a big pit, and a small pit. Road cave-in also occurs in the city. This was in Chongqing last October. A road suddenly collapsed near a bus stop. A septic tank happened to be underneath. Several people fell into the septic tank. Inside was the black septic matter, the depth of which was at the waist level of adults. Many in the crowd tried to rescue people. Several individuals covered in filth climbed up from the cesspool. A man swam in the sewage, suspected to be looking for anyone else in the water who hadn't made it to the shore. It isn't known if there was a casualty at the scene, but think about it. By simply walking on it, the road collapsed. What if it were trucks driving on it? The road would have been completely destroyed. As China's urbanization process continues to accelerate, a large amount of agricultural or collective land has been taken for development. Developers have built communities for the resettlement of peasants who were stripped of their land. They were placed in resettlement communities. This is a resettlement site in Jiangxi province. Won't such a building collapse? Look, the cement is peeling off. The steel bars are exposed. I'm telling you, it'll be a wonder if this building doesn't collapse. It seems that Chinese thieves are starting to target the steel bars as they become easier to obtain. See, this is what people did, stealing the steel bars. The steel of the bridge pier was pulled out. This is a high-speed rail overpass. How bold! New homes in China come in two forms in general. One that hasn't been renovated and the homeowner pays to renovate themselves. The other is one that has been renovated by the developer or builder. Most buyers choose to renovate themselves because what's done by the developer might turn out to have more problems. Look, this is a newly renovated home. The floor is already bulging and cracking. It isn't clear whether it's because of the flooring or the craftsmanship of the renovation. New homes that aren't renovated are often found to have quality problems when homeowners start to renovate. In this new apartment building, what you thought were concrete walls are in fact lined with plastic foam. Many homebuyers find out the secrets of community greenery only after they get the keys to their new home. Home renovation for many homebuyers is also an opportunity to constantly learn about the market and learn to identify the pitfalls of various building materials. This homeowner found out that the so-called wooden door he purchased is actually soft. Wooden door bought from Pinduoduo. Wow, it's packed like a wooden door. Here the local government tried to forcibly demolish two 6-story buildings. It put up a banner saying that the owners of these two buildings were fraudsters. The red banner read, "We won't stop until the fraud is eradicated." The legal connection between fraud and the forced demolition of the buildings isn't clear. The 6-story building fell down and consequently damaged 5 or 6 neighboring homes. The government authorities probably didn't expect the quality of this property to be much stronger than tofu. This is a luxuriously decorated hotel. It was raining lightly outside and raining heavily inside. During the years when China's real estate industry was growing at a fast pace, a number of Chinese property developers became the top 500 companies in the world, such as Country Garden, but the homes built by such a large real estate company aren't necessarily guaranteed. In this Country Garden apartment, the water pipe is cracked. In the field of planting, heavy snowfall can destroy tofu-dreg projects and bring huge losses to business owners. The weather forecast didn't say it was going to snow, but suddenly it snowed, and in less than 20 minutes, all the 40 acres of grape greenhouses collapsed. Not a good one is left. All of them are gone. The greenhouse next door belongs to my relatives. It's collapsed too. I invested $3,000 in one moo of land, and all the greenhouses and equipment are destroyed. It's my 11th year of growing grapes. From crumbling residential ceilings to leaky parking lots, you'll find yourself stuck in limbo when the tofu-dreg construction collapses. With the impact of various natural disasters such as heavy snow and high winds, the living and working places of the average Chinese are becoming increasingly unsafe. This was the case in April when a powerful tornado swept through several villages in China's eastern provinces, ripping off roofs and knocking down power poles and trees. The local government said no casualties have been reported yet, but social media in China said 2 villages were in ruins, with at least 3 people dead and many more injured. Earlier, it was mentioned that the CCP conducted the first national survey of comprehensive natural disaster risks. Why is it necessary to map the data of property construction to prevent natural disasters? Now, it seems that it's indeed necessary to some extent. According to this data, there are 600 million urban and rural buildings and more than 800,000 municipal facilities in cities, towns, and villages in China. These are supposed to provide people with shelter, but may have the opposite effect due to quality issues.